Thank you. Ignatius Michael Ingles of Ateneo de Manila University topped the 2012 bar exam with a score of 85.64%, and he is in the studio joining us this morning. Good morning. Michael, how do we call you?
You can call me Mickey.
Mickey.
Yes.
Hi, Mickey. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You have work?
Yes.
Took you away from your work?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going there after this interview.
Where do you work?
I work in Salvador in Paris. It's a law firm in Makati.
Okay, a law firm in Makati. And you've been working there since when?
I've been working there since January 21.
And you signed up with them when?
I signed up with them around December, first or second week of December.
And this was before knowing the results of the bar exam.
Yeah.
Law firms do that?
Yes, law firms do that. They usually sign fresh graduates around November after you take the bar. People start signing with them.
Did you have many offers?
I had a few.
Why choose them?
Well, I chose them because I want to specialize in tax law, and they're a firm that specializes in tax law, and they have a good work-life balance culture going on there. So that's why I chose them.
That's important.
Very important.
That means they won't make you stay beyond 5 in the afternoon.
Hopefully.
All right. How difficult was the bar exam? People are saying it was one of the most difficult in recent memory.
Yeah, it was really hard because number one, the exam was pretty long. And
When long, what do you mean? How many questions?
Well, for example, in the morning, we had 4 hours to take the exam, and there were 100 multiple choice questions that you had to answer, and then you had around 20 to 30 essay questions that you had to answer after. So it was really cramped when it came to time.
It was really exhausting.
Super.
People are talking about the multiple choice questions. Why was that the bane for a lot of people that took the bar?
Well, I think because some questions, the choices there were mostly, they looked alike.
Okay.
Yes, and then some
They all
questions...
sounded right.
They all sounded right.
Okay.
Especially in like labor and remedial law. They all sounded alike.
So it's all fields, covers all fields in law, and all the questions sounded right. How did you do it?
Well, with time pressure, the first answer that gets into your head, that's probably the right answer. And
if you studied.
If you studied, yeah. So that's the basic assumption there, that you studied.
Okay, let's go to the studying part. I know how law students study for the bar. You spend endless hours at coffee shops with your books. And how do you study? How do you study the different phases, the different parts of law, the different sections of law?
Well, what I did was I started studying for the October exam around May 1 or May 2. And then I'd study 8 hours a day, well, give or take 8 hours a day. And then I'd make sure to finish a subject first before moving on to a different subject. So I'd study 2 subjects at a time. So 1 subject during the morning, 1 subject during the afternoon. And I just kept going.
And this was every day?
This was every day except weekends. There were some weekends I'd study, but I tried not to.
So from May to what month?
To October.
May to October, you studied 5 days a week.
5 days, 5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days a week,
Yes.
8 hours a day.
Yes.
Kaya pala number 1 to, Amelyn, 86.53%. Were you surprised that you're number 1?
Of course, no one expects it. People hope for it, but no one expects, to be number 1 of all things.
While you were answering the questions, you felt, uy, ang galing ko, tama lahat to, sigurado. Number 1 ako. Did you have that feeling?
Somewhat. In some questions, and then you reach a question you don't know, and then shucks, I'm gonna fail.
I studied from May to October. I should get all of this right. If not, I should change planets.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, tax law. Why tax law?
Well, I like tax law. I liked studying it back in college, in the College of Law.
Yeah.
I found it interesting. And it's exact. You can't really argue that much when it comes to tax because you're dealing with numbers. Although I'm not good with numbers, I just like studying it.
Amelyn says she needs a little help in tax law. She was saying over the break.
Well, first of all, it's something that not every one of us are very familiar with, and it changes every year.
Yes.
So it does help if you have somebody who is very well versed in it, so at least you would not be missing out on some points that they are going to pound on.
Yes.
My simplistic mind is telling me tax law. It's either you pay or you don't. And if you don't, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, yes.
Sometimes even if you pay, you're still in trouble.
If pagkulang yung bayad.
Or if you're not aware with the changes in that particular year.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it
So
would
where
be...
does a tax lawyer come in? To defend clients?
Any. For example, you have a transaction with a corporation, you have to look at the
Right.
tax implications or that.
Alright.
And then if the BIR comes up with an assessment against you, a tax lawyer will come in as well.
All right, different dimension here. Corporate tax. Corporate tax, personal tax, what's your expertise?
Right now, no expertise yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping to
Kahit
learn
ano pwede.
kahit ano po.
But what do you want to focus on?
I guess corporate tax.
Corporate tax. Do corporations in the Philippines, how do I say it? Is the environment, the business environment in the Philippines good, ripe for someone like you, a tax lawyer?
I think right now it's getting better.
Why is that?
Because of the administration right now, they're giving incentives, and I think since they're clamping down on corruption, foreign investors and like small businesses aren't afraid to open businesses here. So that's good for everyone, including us.
And how does that impact on you as a tax lawyer?
It's good because the more businesses come up, the more experience we're gonna have dealing with taxes and dealing with complex situations involving setting up of corporations, making contracts, doing transactions. That's good for us.
A lot of events in the past years have come to the front in terms of news and landmark decisions and cases. No? The impeachment, for example. I'm sure you watched that.
Of course.
What were your thoughts?
Well, I found it really interesting because while the impeachment was going on, we were in our 4th year of law school,
Yeah.
and most of the things that we study, we finally saw it in action, and it was being done by these great lawyers like Justice Cuevas. So it was like a football player watching the World Cup.
So you were. I'm sure you were looking at the process.
Yes,
no?
yes.
Were you following the results of the process day to day, or were you just interested in, wow, ang galing nito mga to?
Both. We had a TV set up in school just so we could watch the impeachment trial.
Rare opportunity,
Yes.
di ba?
So it was nice.
So after, what are your plans long term? Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
Okay. How
Been
many? Do
married
you have kids?
No kids. Just been
All
married
right.
for 3 years.
Okay.
Long term, I wanna still keep on learning about the law,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully one day I get to learn more about different aspects of law, not just tax or corporation law.
You still play football?
Yes, I had 2 games the past weekend.
And what? Recreation na lang?
Yes.
Where do you play?
I play now for the Ateneo Football League. I used to play
okay.
for the United Football League, but time constraints, I couldn't commit anymore to my team. So I moved to the Ateneo Football League, which is good because I'm with my friends, my old teammates.
Don't lose football.
Of course. It's in my blood.
Okay, Mickey. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you also.
You're gonna be late for work. Sorry, we took you away from work. Nagpaalam ka ba? Hindi.
I told my secretary.
Okay. All right, Mickey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Ignatius Michael Ingles of Ateneo de Manila, top-notcher bar exam. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jestony Arman Lanaja leads this year's graduating class of the Philippine Military Academy. Good morning, Second Lieutenant Lanaja.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you able to be number 1, top of your class? A lot of hard work.
Yes, I think it's my determination that pushed me to achieve my dreams, sir.
And your dreams are?
To be in the military, sir. Especially to join the Philippine Military Academy, sir.
What made you join the Armed Forces of the Philippines? Did you think about this as a young kid?
Yes, sir. But most of what influenced me are my classmates during the high school, sir, because they are the one who introduced to me the Philippine Military Academy, sir.
How did your family inspire you to keep on going?
I think the family or the status of our family that inspires me to work harder, sir.
Could you explain more, please?
The poverty, because my father is a tuba gatherer, my mother is only at home, and I have 2 siblings. One is out of school youth, and the other is deaf mute or disabled.
And your father sent you to school and through Philippine Military Academy. It must be a true blessing for your family and your relatives.
Yes, sir, truly, sir.
And what's your assignment? Do you have your assignment already?
And, none yet, sir.
And when do you get that?
We are now having our 30 days leave, sir, or
Okay.
graduation leave, sir.
And then after that, what happens?
We will report to the headquarters, Philippine Army, and then we have some pre-deployment course. Then we will know our assignments, sir.
What will you advise future takers of the PMA entrance exams? Hello, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What will you advise future takers of the PMA entrance exams?
Just do their job, sir, and be prepared because the academy's training is very rigorous yet very challenging also, sir.
Over the years, what was the most difficult thing for you while at the PMA?
It's the transition period, sir, that happens on April 1, sir, because that is our reception rights. And that period really transformed you from a civilian to the military, sir. So that's 3 months training, sir.
All right.
It's a 3 months training, that what we call the summer camp training, sir, where we were taught basic military training, basic cadetship training, and after that we will be joining the field training exercises together with our upper class course.
All right, Lieutenant, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That's Lieutenant Jestony Arman Lanaja, PMA Top Notcher. It's 7:44. More news when Solar Daybreak returns.